But how do you feel about Pop Smoke's killer being free and moving around? Well, I think it's not going to be free for too much longer. I think, yeah. But anyway, how do you feel about just that was a short time, wasn't it?
I don't know, man. I got nothing to say. I'm gonna just step out the way, dog. 'Cause I don't even have any interest in this. This ain't the first time we see somebody's killer be free, a la Keefy D. Like, I mean, what are we talking about here? So tell me more. His killer was already convicted and let go, or what?
Yeah, he was part of a group of people. He was the youngest person in the group. He was only 16, 17 at the time. There was some other adults that were involved as well. They are still in jail. They got a lot more time to go. But he got juvenile life because he was 16 at the time, which is so he had to go to a juvenile hall, some facility, or maybe CYA for 5 years. And he turned 21 and was released. So, man, he did fine.
I mean, and that's why we know a lot of folks use youngins for crimes.
Exactly.
So,
I think he's on his way back to jail, though, unfortunately, because I think they're worried about his safety, and he cut his ankle monitor off, so they're on the look for. He's on the run right now, anyway. So I've been home for 3 days, so doesn't matter. He's on his way. Now he's on his way to regular prison because now he's 21. So
exactly.
So I don't know. The whole thing's sad to me in the first place because he was a person who pretty much just got convinced to throw his life away. Like, somebody told him, "Hey, you can get a couple dollars for this." Like, and he went there and he did what he did the time for it, and now that's forever going to be what he's known for, and people are really upset about that still. So now his life is forever in jeopardy. Like, and you're 21 years old with no life skills, no social skills, no job skills, no education really, and how are you going to support yourself, or live? Like, I mean, that's you start life with a very big deficit. So I just thought that was interesting, like, because one older person talked you into committing one act, like, and now you got to spend the rest of your life trying to figure out how to come out from under that act. It was interesting because that's one thing my grandmother used to always tell me a long time ago. She said it only takes 1 second for you to reach your hand out, but it takes like a lifetime to try to recover from that mistake. And I did, of course I never listened, but now, like, seeing other people do things like that, like, when you can see it as an adult now, you're like, oh, when you're younger, like, okay, it's easy to get talked into things because you don't know, like, so that's why I say, like, as an older person, it's our job, our duty to be there to tell somebody, hey, yo, you messing up right now, man. Like, and I know, like, with the new generation, they always say, oh, you hating, OG, you hating. And I'm like, no, I didn't say your drip was off. I didn't say you had no money. I said your actions right now are off for your lifestyle. You shouldn't be doing this. Like, that's what I'm talking about. And everything else, that's not hate. That's just life skill. Like, if I get you outside, I'm like, hey, you should be at home studying. Like, you should be at home. It's 2:00 in the morning and you 15, and you outside smoking weed. Like, I'm pretty sure your ass should be at home studying. Like, I should say that. Like, as an OG, I should say that. I shouldn't be like, yo, where the weed at? Like, no. Like, and that's what other OGs are doing now. They're like smoking with them. They're like, I'm like, yo, what's wrong with y'all? Like, so I gotta disassociate myself from people of bad character, and you know what I mean. So that's why, for sure, it's just interesting when I see people do that. Like, because I was raised in a different generation where we had like the proper OGs that were like, yo, don't do this, don't do that. Like, and if I didn't have that, I probably would have been worse in my endeavors that I went through. Like,
And that's kind of how you knew which OG was good or not, right? You listen to one OG, he tell you to do something, and you're like, hey, this dude almost had me do some dumb shit, or he didn't even think my shit through, so I ain't fucking with him no more.
But you don't learn
this
OG.
You know what I'm saying? But you at least listen and try to take that advice, but then okay, hey, I ain't talking to Frank about this. You talk to Jeff, though. Jeff always puts me on the right path. That's kind of just was how we also learned with who we had as OGs. Elder statesmen, etc.
I'm saying some people don't have those same situations where they can go bounce from one to the other. Sometimes they just have one that's bad, and then he just tells you all the dumb crash out ish, and then you go do it, and then now your life is just over. Like, you don't get to go you know what I mean, go fix that and then come back and talk to somebody else. No, you're doing time now, or your life is over. Like a lot of people don't get to come back and be like, oh, let me just talk to Jeff now instead of such and such, because that's just not how it works.
I guess, man. I mean, if you got blind faith or blind loyalty, yeah, that makes sense. Just like, yo, that's my man's and that's only my man's. But I just
that's how the young people are nowadays.
I'm saying it for me, it was just different because I had to move a lot, so I've had to just find a new OG.
Me too.
Pops out of the military, I had to find a new OG. This OG is horrible. This OG set me the right path. Okay,
right.
2 years later, we moving again. Gotta do it all over. So that's why for me, I get you, but I ain't trying to act like I know what these youngins is going through. But what you are saying though is spot on about like anything that isn't praise is hate,
right?
And that's unhealthy because if it's gonna be so black and white, that's why we're at where we're at. Like if you ain't messing with Trump, then you're a Biden. It's like no, I can I not like either? Or like can I be somewhere in the middle? And that's where a lot of that is gone. Like context is it's becoming a specialized skill and thing to like know how to do is read the context. And some people just can't do that. And that's why you just go, oh, you hating. It's like, no, I'm not hating. I'm actually just trying to tell you, like, yo, bro, if you did this, if you brushed your if you floss before you brush your teeth, you're gonna brush in between those gaps you're making. Bro, you hating, bro. Okay. Brush your teeth first, then floss after. Go ahead. Like it ain't the end of the world. I'm just trying to help.
Right.
But you hating. And so it's like,
right, I'm hating.
Right? It's like, all right, cool. Like if you have no range for accepting anything that you just weren't ready to hear or you didn't expect to hear, maybe didn't want to hear.
Right.
It's different. And of course, we're from a different generation. Right. I felt we're from that generation where it was like, we didn't like it, but we'll go sit on it. like, fuck that, dude. But you sleep on it.
Yeah.
The next day, you're like, all right. Yeah. It's kind of fuck homeboy.
Right.
like,
I don't like how he said it, but he was right though. So it's kind of fuck.
It's like kind of fucking. It ain't up, but you know.
Right, it up, but it's fucking. But fuck that.
Like that shit, right? But at least we would let the information get in.
Right.
Right. Where these days it's like, nah, you can't even let that in. Is blocked. That's negative.
Right.
That's hate.
I've been watching a lot of this newer generation though, the entitlement, just the ignorance though, and it's crazy. I've never seen so many people be like, not all the young people, like not a lot. I'm just saying a lot of people we see on the internet, like, you know what I mean? So that's not real people, really. That's just what we get to. That's presented in our base, like an algorithm. But I'm just saying a lot of the youth though, they've been seeming like a lot entitlement. A lot of entitlement, a lot of ignorance, like but really. It's weird to be ignorant and arrogant at the same time. It's weird. I be watching it. They're like, yo, I know everything, but I don't. Like, they don't, like, it's crazy. So I don't know. I've been noticing, like, it's just, what's going on? Like, you know what I mean? Because they just, I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. With them having that type of attitude, that's what makes it so easy for them to fall for the stupid traps by the OG, like by the so-called OGs, and they say, yo, youngster, do this and get this, because they think they know it all, like, but they don't know. And then so it's just interesting watching, like, yeah. That's why, like, I always say it takes a community, like, you know what I mean? Like, if you see something wrong with somebody, like, we all should be trying to help somebody. Like, we come from that generation where, like, what you did in the street will beat you home. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if I did something at 9 years old, like, by the time I came home, I'm running home because I'm trying to get away from it. Like, I get home, grandma got the belt in her hand. Like, yeah, they called. Yeah, they told me. They saw you. So I was like, oh, so, like, we need to bring that type of ish back.
But then everybody's like, don't yell at my kid. Don't talk to my kid.
Don't hit your kid. That's what they say to do.
To be like, yo, don't be talking to my kid. Like, you tell me. It's like, well, if you're not giving them jewels,
right? You're not giving them no bars. Or,
like, am I supposed to give you the bars and you're going to give them the? Like, I doubt it. Especially when you're already mad at me. Like, you ain't going to listen to what I have to say.
Yep.
So it's like, all right. So, yeah, it's a weird situation.
All I know is that Yeah, that's true though. Like, well, I mean, because like people don't want to be criticized about their parenting. That's a very sensitive. That in politics, man, parenting, that's right next to it. That's
Oh,
yeah, that's right next to it. Religion, parenting, and politics. That's pretty much where people are drawing lines in the sand and standing on it. Like immediately, like soon as you bring it up, they already got they line, they ready to die, a hill they're ready to die on, like for sure. So I try to like keep it really light and things like that. Like that's why like I try to keep people and me away from other people, my children away from other people. You know what I'm saying? Like
as best you can.
like yeah, it's like I'm like man, look, just do y'all and you just be cool where y'all be cool at. So